Hey, welcome back to the National Defense. It's Randy Miller. Yeah, it is day 3 of AUSA and some great companies that we're talking to. Babel Street is one of them, and Jason English is here, Business Development Director. Jason, how are you?
I'm great. How are you today? Thanks for coming.
Absolutely, man. This is fascinating stuff. You know, we've talked to so many people that have the military might here. You know, some of the hardware, some of the military equipment, and you guys are on the software end of that. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so Babel Street, we are a leading threat intelligence and identity intelligence and data analytics platform. We empower organizations to collect, aggregate, and interpret data from across a number of sources. Well, I think we're at about 150,000 sources now across the public and commercial information space.
So a lot of that, you mentioned security. I mean, right now, man, there's no bigger topic than security.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Security is a big topic. You know, when we started back in 2009, a lot of our use cases were focused on global intelligence and investigations with law enforcement, and it really focuses on that national security missions, but that security extends into the commercial environment, whether you're talking about brand security, and now one of the very important topics especially around this conference, is contested logistics. So we're talking supply chain security.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, boy, that's another key button right now, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. Supply chain risk is an area that is certainly growing. It's very complicated when you think about the amount of vendors and sub-vendors that are out there. And with our platform, the ability to collect over 150,000 different data sources across the universe of public and commercial space, as well as the analytics that we integrate with that data, we're able to illuminate those vendors and sub-vendor networks and really be able to understand that risk.
And so does Babel Street, is that for everyone? Is that for commercially available?
It's for everyone. We are a global organization. We operate in the public sector and the commercial domain. Right now, we're probably about 70% on the public sector side, about 30% on the commercial side. And we support all government organizations, Department of Defense, intelligence community, federal, civilian law enforcement agencies, and then the commercial and international organizations as well.
That's quite a footprint. I mean, you know, talking about just the Department of Defense, Homeland Security, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's a big piece of the pie right there when it comes to intelligence, right?
Oh, it absolutely is. I'm a career Navy intelligence officer, and open source intelligence is one of those areas that is really, I think, truly an untapped resource, and it's one that's becoming more and more potent within the intelligence space as a discipline of first go-to. The amount of information that you can get out there, I mean, we globally, 400 million terabytes of data is produced a day. And so when you look at the cost and the difficulty of getting some of the more exquisite intelligence through normal intelligence means, what you can get in the open source realm and through our platform is second to none.
So as an intelligence officer in the Navy, I mean, I'm sure you've seen that firsthand, right?
I have seen that firsthand, and some of the information I can remember back in the days when I was on board a carrier during Operation Allied Force. One of the first indications that Slobodan Milosevic had actually surrendered, I got from CNN.
Is that right?
That's absolutely correct.
So was that what piqued your interest in Babel Street and what you're doing here in terms of kind of setting this straight?
So, truth be told, I didn't know about Babel Street at the time, and that was before. But it helped wake me up to the reality that open source intelligence and the importance of open source intelligence. Where I really started looking at Babel Street was in my last assignment, when I was actually looking at supply chain risk associated with one of our critical infrastructures associated with national or nuclear command control and communications.
That's some big stuff. Hey, how can people find out more about Babel Street?
So we can go to our website, babelstreet.com. We are, and you can learn everything about what we do there. You can look at the use cases that we provide. You can reach out to myself. I'm on LinkedIn, Jason English, and you can connect with me. But we're all over the internet. So
If you think I'm going online now, forget it.
oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jason. It's so good to talk to you, and thanks for what you guys are doing. Thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. And I want to add here, I'm actually the most recent veteran hire for Babel Street, so I recognize that this is a platform to talk to veterans. We actually are, of our entire employee count, we've got over 12% veterans. For a company in this industry and our size, it's about 5 or 6% industry average, so we are actually double that. And it aligns with our values. Our values are integrity. We try to be above reproach in everything that we do in our interactions with our customers, our data brokers, our key stakeholders, and the personnel that we hire. Innovation. We are a company that really prides ourselves in innovative agility and the ability to bring in the right technologies to keep pace with our customer needs, and as to the degree that we can stay ahead of them. And last is the people, and that's where that aligns. We really truly value the people that we deal with, from the customer to the employee that comes on board. We really want to bring on talent.
Are you hiring?
We're always hiring.
Well, and the cool thing about, and you kind of touched on it there too, but I would imagine that a lot of the jobs now in the military have to deal with technology. So now you've kind of given those folks that are transitioning out a new mission.
Absolutely. Technology is where it's at. Next week I'll be out at Indo-PACOM TechNet. Come see me. But anything dealing with AI, cybersecurity, supply chain risk, anything in the tech space, yep, that's where we are.
So cool. We'll be right back here in the National Defense.